We do marble, limestone, and sandstone. Okay, so I'm probably going to have to say that this external wall to cancel, and I might have to do this out of marble, because even if we have got the spare granite, I have a lot more marble than anything else at the moment. So I'll do these lines up. Even though they kind of built like a little bit of it, I still want them to leave this corner alone if they could. And I don't have anything on that spot. All right. So I'd rather them do like a section at a time, ideally, and then reassess like in the next section of wall kind of thing. Also, I don't see them out here hunting people, which suggests that somebody doesn't have a gun. Let's go have a look to see who can use a gun that has a gun or needs a weapon. This is the calmest I've seen them without being buffed. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So yeah, it's weird. It feels so weird, honestly. I think you're in a state, you're picking out, you're deconstructing the wall, you have weapon, you have a weapon too. They're very fast at deconstructing shit. The reconstructing part's questionable. Hidden room, that's fine. I'll get you up here to grab wherever the fuck I am. I love when I do these like really short week event things and I can't figure out where the fuck my storage is as I'm like flying around. And it's always kind of funny to me because I'm like, I'm used to where like my regular game is, even though like we just moved base, right? So I haven't had like too much time to get like, you know, acquainted with where everything is. And then I kind of like jump into this for a week and I'll go back to like my other colony and I still won't know where my shit is. Maybe you grab that. You can use a gun. Basically, when I stop seeing my colonists going hunting, I know that they don't have weapons on them. So, like a lot of people having tantrum before, everybody dropped their weapon, then we got attacked, everybody got downed or injured. Like, I now have the chance to put that back on them. And some people are actually doing some harvesting and stuff too, so that's great. That one's already reserved. Use the breach axe. Breach axe is actually reasonably good. It's just that I don't usually like have that available. You're using that. No, I want you to have this if I can. You have a question? Yeah, go for it. What's your question? You could probably use the EMP blaster thingy when we get it, but for the moment you can have grenades. They'll probably be upset about that too. Also, somebody's going to get stuck in that fucking tunnel. I know it. So I'm going to have to remember to come back to that later if I can. Also, I don't know where the rest of the storage of my stuff is. There was one of those in here. It's fine. You grab that. And you're in a mental state. And yeah. You're in a mental state, hiding a room. You're hauling shit too. So, I thought we had weapons on a different shelf, but they should theoretically be bringing it in here. I do have to make sure that when they make these shelves that they don't end up having food on them. Because I see like jade and shit on this, but I don't see other stuff yet. I'll give you the Molotovs. I'm pretty sure you can use them. That should be fine. And I thought I had a good gun in here. Somebody's in an assaulting spree. It's fine. Let's see. Walk revenge, all that stuff. Psychic emanator. Nice. Let's get that shit installed. I don't know if I want this like in the thick of this. Or I reckon maybe where they're eating all the time might be the best spot to put it. I kind of don't super want it to be on the outside either. But I know that this would help them massively because they're always around this. I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to see how it goes. I know it's like in like a dumb spot. Actually, what I might do is I'm just going to put it in the doorway. Fuck it. And hopefully because I've got the repair thing on, somebody will repair it. You can't... Oh, haul things. Can you... I know somebody else has reserved it, but if it's installed and it gets destroyed, they will normally rebuild it, you know? How do you say... So how come you say my life is interesting? That's because so many people find me mysterious interesting, and it makes me like, I think all of you are interesting and cool too. Well, isn't that kind of like the answer though? Is like, you know, you find other people's lives interesting, as do I. Like, you know, your life is interesting to me in the same way that my life is interesting to you, you know? Oh, they keep destroying this. This is what they keep destroying. Okay, I figured out what it was. It keeps going kaboom. Yeah, I think that probably like answers the question with like its own like obvious answer in that way. It's just, yeah, I don't know. You know, you're doing stuff, you're experiencing stuff, you have like, you know, creativity, imagination, all that sort of stuff. So when I do kind of hear like, what are you up to and stuff, sometimes you come in with, you know, just like, I wouldn't imagine that that's how your day went, you know. I could not imagine that somebody had like, not because like I'm incapable of it or because I think it's not something that's like gonna happen, but like, you know, just I wouldn't think that, you know, like that's how you play a game or like how you spend your time, stuff like that. Like, not in like any kind of insulting capacity. It's just like, it hasn't crossed my mind that somebody would be doing that, you know? So to hear that that's what you're up to and stuff, it's interesting, you know? It makes a lot more sense now I think about it. Yeah. It's just one of those things. It's like, if somebody says to you, if somebody comes up to you and they're like, you have such an interesting life, and they're like obviously genuinely not being insulting and stuff, and like you feel the same way about other people, it's like, yeah, it's because like you're really only kind of like getting to hear a little bit about their life in that moment. Who's breaking something? Oh, you're breaking the wall. Yeah. So I don't know. Like, I don't know. The start of this week, yesterday was my birthday, for instance. Some people found that interesting. But also I'm doing a week-long event, and it is not like my usual kind of way of playing stuff, which has also been interesting for people, sort of thing. Plus also sometimes I just gasbag into like random ass topics, and yeah, that stuff can sometimes be fun and interesting too. But yeah, I don't know. I have quite a substantial list of like life experiences that most people don't, and many much the same as other people as well. So it just depends. Like some people like that, you know, I've experienced the same things as them. Other people like that I've experienced different things from them, you know, in the same way that like somebody that's like talking to you or hearing about your life is going to feel the same way, you know. Research gunsmithing has been done, which means we can do blowback operation, and we could do the gunsmith. If I go, yeah, do that one. What is it? Prerequisite not complete. Okay, so I have to do that one first. Alright, that's fine. Okay. I had somebody down there getting weapons, but I don't know quite where I'm up to with this. Kind of waiting for somebody to like come through and like grab all their weapons and stuff, you know? I just have a really hard time understanding myself because I really see myself as how other people see me. So I'm like, huh? Because the way I see myself is just a lot different than others. Yeah, but that's also just a matter of perspective too. Like, everybody's generally gonna see you as slightly different than how you see yourself, and or they're gonna see different sides of you and stuff. Like, some people have completely different sides that everybody sees of themselves and stuff. Like, I know a couple of people have said that they have like a completely different like personality or way of interacting with certain people and whatnot. Like, I try to be much the same with everybody, but at the same time, like, I know some people have like a very limited like idea of who I am and what I've been through, what I've done, what I've seen, all that sort of stuff. So sometimes I get like a really kind of like off-kilt kind of description of myself. Like, I've had people be like, you know, in Rimconnect, it's like, somebody will describe me as like this barbaric kind of dictator type person that's just like ruthlessly taking away the life privileges of all my colonists and stuff, because that's the only part of that particular video they've seen of me or something like that. But like other people will know that, like, you know, I sit here having a big old chitty chat and just like, I don't know, life experience tales and whatever. And yeah, somebody would be like, you know, in my regular game where I'm trying to treat prisoners well and trying to keep everyone alive, they'll be like, you know, a little bit too kind-hearted and stuff, trying to keep everybody alive, like whatever sort of thing. Completely different perspective playing the same game. So you know, just depends. Plus the other thing too is, if you think about it like this, for instance, your family will have grown up around you. Not saying that they know you the best. Sometimes families don't know jack shit about their offspring and stuff. But yeah, let's just say that like you're the closest with your family. They're going to have seen like all the different sides of you. They're going to have seen you when you're sick. They'll have seen you when you're upset, when you're sad or angry, when you're tired, you know, when you're like fresh out of bed, fresh out the shower, just, I don't know, look like a drowned rat getting out of a pool, something like that, right? And then you're going to have like friends that have never seen you go to a pool, or you've never slept over their house, or, you know, they're not going to have seen that side of you. And some of them, frankly, are just not going to be able to imagine that side of you, kind of thing. So, yeah. It really is just a matter of, like, you know, what people have experienced of you as well. Yeah, if that kind of helps. The other thing, too, is obviously, like, how you see yourself in the mirror, how you interpret yourself. Like, I kind of always thought that I was, like, really reserved, and I didn't show, like, before streaming, right? I didn't have, like, any kind of expression. Like, I thought that it was really hard for people to get a grasp of, like, who I was and what I liked. And then somebody's like, your car is, like, the biggest giveaway for, like, the type of person you are. Like, you know, neat and orderly and, like, you know, like, clean and reserved and stuff like that. Like, you have personality in what little personality you express and stuff. And I'm like, shit. I'm like, I actually, like, jokingly thought to myself, I'm like, I need to go and put, like, random shit in my car so people don't know me so well, kind of thing. And yeah, like, that's ridiculous sort of side of it, but it can be really like polarizing too as well, because, like, you know, sometimes you know somebody to be like a complete neat freak kind of thing, but then if you go to their house, it's a sty, or, you know, their car's a mess or something, and you're like, how? Sort of thing. But it's like, it's that thing that's like inconsequential to them. They don't care about that thing, or it's not important. Another psychic emanator, thank you. Let's try to get this installed down with it doing research. There we go. This should keep them happier, I hope. That is also in need of repair, but we've got 3 of them now and 2 of them are installed. I know that's blocking the doorway, but I'm hoping that the people that are working in these areas are going to be getting, like, night owl at night, some loving, spacious. Are you getting psychic emanator soup? Okay, it's only doing 5, but it's still 5 more to bonus versus, like, the negative colonist death is 9. So it's almost negating probably 2 of those deaths, maybe? Perhaps? And there's an aurora happening, so that will also be helping them as well. And since I've found one of my night timers, which is you... no, the person must have walked off. You. Okay, you are Gracie. I need to find you in here and swap you to be a daytimer. There we go. Alright, we'll get you swapped over. Someone's having a tantrum. Like I said, I'll find them eventually, but this will help. And I'll continue with this a little bit if I can. I always prefer messy cars than clean cars, because clean cars, I'm always like, he's doing that for show, so immediately just lose interest. I wouldn't see it that way necessarily. Like, for sure, some people definitely clean their car when they know they're going to have another person in it, especially if, like, you know, they're going to be traveling somewhere. Like, even though I keep a clean car, I still clean it when I have, like, people going to be in it if I'm going to go for like a long drive or a trip or something like that, because like I want to be as comfortable as I can for as long as I can. But my car is always like basically empty clean anyway, so not that like I could drive my car at the moment anyway, it's been broken down for like a couple of years, but I'm just saying like I kept a really clean car because it was just how I liked it to be. It had the absolute bare minimum of stuff in it. Like, it would have, like, maybe spare tissues, an umbrella, like, maybe gloves to deal with the fuel pumps, because fuel pumps are gross, and maybe my sunglasses, I think, I kept in there. And there's nothing really else. So, like, I have no... You know, no empty cups, no trash, none of that stuff. Because every time I got out of the car, I would take whatever I'd brought into the car out with me. Except for obviously like my umbrella, which the whole purpose of having an umbrella in the car was I was outside of the house to begin with. You know, so like, you know, I'm just talking about the outside of the car. Oh yeah. Well, outside of the car is like a bit different. That shit's like... Depending on where you live, that shit can be hard to keep clean. Or it can be like one of those scenarios where it's like, again, if you're going for like a trip or something, you may want to clean the car beforehand. So it's like, you know, all your windows and stuff are clear and easy to see out of. And yeah, like when I clean my car, I used to detail inside and outside at... Like, I'd spend, like, a few hours just detailing the inside and outside, but I'd only do it, like, once every 5-6 months or something like that, because it stayed basically pristinely clean. The outside would occasionally need, like, an additional wash throughout the year. Hi, Psychic Drone. Who did that? Keelon. Keelon, we have, like, almost nobody left. Fire starting spree. Andre's on a fire starting spree and a dry thunderstorm. Alright, so everybody's going to be rightly pissed off, and also shit's going to be on fire, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. Damn you, Keelon, you're supposed to be helping me survive. My colony's already working hard enough against me. It's this anti-grain warhead, and IED traps. Alright, so... Let me go get these installed. We've still got craters where they last were, so I can't, like, install them where I want them to be. And, I mean, it can stay out here for the moment. If somebody happens to want to go this far out and kick it, they can go out and kick it. These ones are in place. I'm still waiting for the craters to stop being craters so I can install shit where I want it to be. You know? But yeah, outside of a car and stuff, like... in Australia, there's some areas where it is really, really dusty, or certain times of the year, like when we have like all the fires and dust storms and shit. So that's when you like would not bother. Like you would clean your windshield and like windows and stuff enough to be able to drive around, but the rest of it you just wouldn't worry about. But like also in Australia, we have like a lot of trees and birds and stuff and bats and shit that can absolutely like destroy the outside of a car's cleanliness in general. Just get like a lot of sticky sap and like droppings and all sorts of stuff, or fruit drop on it. And what else do I want in here? We want gun turrets. There we go. Okay, we can finally make gun turrets. Surprised your walls are still there after anti-grain warhead went off closer. You killed Viken earlier, Keelon, because of that. Like it did blow up my walls. But you also blew up Viken, so yeah, I'm gonna let Viken know that later, just so you know. I think you killed Viken last time too. I only had one wolf in here, and yeah, they're all, because it's high psychic drone, what few colonists I have left are probably going to kill each other and or leave. I actually don't know if I'm still alive. I know I'm still alive, but I am a dude in this one, so I'm probably gonna psychically like peace out. And that one's supposed to go get installed. So I have no regrets. Yeah, I bet you don't. Plus, last time somebody did kick it here. This is why we lost a bunch of stuff and I died. So, yeah. I also don't know, we do have fuel. It's like dead ass center to that room, which is not ideal. And I wanted to make sure we had no food and no plant matter on these, because we only just made these. So, there we go. Okay, they should be able to move those around. We almost have everything off this. We're still moving the steel and stuff out of here, but this is fine. And we really do need to go and probably hunt some stuff. We'll see if we rebuild these. They should theoretically rebuild them when they break, as long as they're installed. So I'm hoping that they will keep making these. Because, like, if I have a look at this dude, he's got -30 plus -9, awful barracks, unsightly, slept in cold, nutrient paste meal, friend died, I died, another person died. So they also have on top of it an extra, they've got 5 colonists plus 3 friends, and then they've got rival Keelon died, a few other people, Oppressive Requiem, Psychic Emanator, Catharsis. Catharsis is kind of the only thing that's outweighing the high psychic drone on them at the moment. Is the fact that they've all recently like blown up on people. So, and the people that are like giving up, there isn't much I can do about that. But it'd be interesting if the colony dies. Yeah, like if the colony wipes out, like completely dies off. I don't know if we'd have enough time to like finish the like research and building and stuff before like the end of the week. It'd be like one of those weird scenarios where I'm like, I don't know if we could. Also, somebody's in the fucking wall again, because you guys, I'm gonna need you guys to undo this part of the wall so we can actually finish building that part of the wall. There we go. And we have beavers. Alpha beavers. Said they'll be fine. They probably won't be fine. We have food that the animals nearby are trying to go for, and they're going to get killed. Thank you for the follow, Greenlander. Got Psychic Soothe Pulsar. I'll see if I can get somebody out here to activate the shit out of that. Somebody gave up, and Keelon sent cargo pods, which was food. Yeah, welcome in, Greenlander. Run wild. Oh, that's another person to hunt down out here. I'm not trying to get them back in. Actually, alpha beavers don't attack you if you don't attack them, don't they? Hold on, we'll leave them the fuck alone. Are you trying to do a manhunter attack? Is this what you're eventually working up to, Keelon? So you got plenty of people. Well, we had like 160 plus die so far. Oh no, they might be attacking. Now they're eating. How do I get a person in? You, if you're on the PC, there should be a RimWorld marker thing here, like a logo near my knee or whatever, and you go over to the store page and be able to spawn in a colonist, and then, sorry, I had to yawn. If you're on phone, it should be at the top of chat in the same kind of thing. It should be just like a little RimWorld symbol, and you click into that and go over to the store tab, and yeah, I've got 200 silver at the moment per 2 minutes, so it is a high rate of silver, but some of the more dangerous stuff, negative stuff, is still very expensive. So yeah, it should be still harder to spawn shit in unless like you lurk for like a day or something, which at the moment is what Keelon has done. They've like lurked up a shit ton, and which is why they're gonna basically like destroy the colony. Plus we also had like a shit ton of people just like leave, like not just run wild, but we had a bunch of people that just like gave up and left. So I actually have no clue. I have no clue how many colonists we had. at one point. We had 186 die, so yeah. We got a colonist, more Kelon for the fodder. Alright. Plus, I'm finally at the point where I have everybody set up, so yeah. Let me get you set up as well. I don't know if you're a daytimer or a night timer, but I'm not too worried about that at the moment. I'm waiting to mostly find out if night timers have got a problem. And I need to revoke your life privileges just a bit. I don't know if you're rescuing somebody. Creature being carried. What? Wait, are you rescuing somebody? Because you seem like you've just... What the fuck are you? I don't know where they went, but the person that was going berserk has apparently already gotten to the point of like rescuing stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I don't even have a space like mapped out yet for a ship situation, but it'd probably be like down here or something. We'll have to see. Because that's probably got a roof over it, I would say. Alright, well, I think the dry thunderstorms are done. The high psychic drone is still active. Headed apparel. We still don't have medical stuff. Yeah, so basically like lurking and stuff. So it's not like TTK, so it's none of the exclamation mark stuff. It will be, if you're on PC, it'll be like an icon somewhere around my avatar of the RimWorld icon. And then the store tab and stuff, and you'll be able to see your silver balance at the top of that. And yeah, like I said, you'll get 200 silver per 2 minutes, I think it is. So, you know, it will go up pretty fast, but some of the stuff is pretty high price at the moment because I'm trying to, this week is supposed to be me building a ship and getting the colony off world. From one colonist start with a pet, and so far we spent most of yesterday with everybody just murdering each other. So today has been very much the same, but we have got some research done and we are trying to make friends with our allies, so that is getting there slowly. But we've also had like a couple of decent raids and nobody's had weapons. And we've only just got some psychic soothe emanators to try to combat how utterly pissed off everybody is. And I'm just gonna have some water, hold on. So be warned, your colonists might end up kicking an anti-grain warhead at some point. Well, that's the other thing too, is if you guys are new in and you haven't got a colonist in, you can make one. Yesterday it was cheaper. The cost to like make colonists was cheaper. So we just had like hundreds getting spawned in. That was fine, except that everybody hated each other. And so they'd fight each other, they'd get sore, and then they'd, you know, there we go. Nice. So you've got, you like cooking and plants and you're good at construction and stuff, tough, all that sort of stuff. Pretty good, and you're incapable of violence, so we got another pacifist. But yeah, basically what kind of happened is everybody was kind of having tantrums, and certain like, you know, high value ones were like resulting in getting their ass handed to them, which meant that everybody was upset and sore and tired, and everybody was just basically unhappy. And so then they were tantruming even more because they were sore and unhappy and tired and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's been something. I want to turn back down wardening because we're not doing that. Crafting, art, tailoring, smithing, I don't want that to be up at the moment. Can you talk? I mean, you can type in chat. There's